Check one, check two, check one, check two.
Yeah.
Live in the motherfucking building. What up, though? Man, what up, though? We live real quick. We done recorded our episodes for the next couple weeks, but now we going live, so we gonna talk a little shit. We got some interesting. This is what happened when you drink too much before the show or before the live show. We got some interesting shit going on. Damn, that's good. Bourbon Guild, man. Make sure you follow them. Big Cbo 94. Make sure you follow him. All right, we live. Let's just jump right into the shit, man. This is BBW Happy Hour, dog. This is the show after we record our actual show. So we going live right now to talk a little shit about a whole gang of things and shit. Obviously, we had one
whole gang of shit.
We had we had one topic, but now we got several. We go jump into, dog. Let me introduce the cast again. Of course, I got my man Angry Principal in the building.
What's up?
Got my man Bo holding it down.
I say.
Our special guest, Militant Man.
Ooh, woo!
And of course, man, it's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205. Man, let's get to this shit, bro. It's the happy hour, dog. We gonna talk a little shit. I'm buzzing already, so hopefully I don't offend nobody. If I do, I was gonna say sorry, but fuck it, I'm not really sorry. Because I want to say what I fucking want to say. This is the reason why
it's Saturday.
Not just because it's Saturday, but because this is the reason why I don't do real radio. This is why I do the internet shit, because ain't no FCC. So I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. Maybe about that shit we talk about later. I don't know. I might not want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'll take the blunt for it.
Black Tie Photography checking in. What up, though?
What up, though? Black Tie.
For sure. That's my guy, man. He was the first commercial on our radio show.
Oh no shit, that's what's up.
Black Tie Photography.
That's what's up.
Shout out to my dog. All right, let's get to the shit, man. Look, so this is what we was talking about when we was off camera. We was talking about the Ride Wave interview on Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So Bo brought that shit up, bro, and I honestly had forgot about it, but I was on that shit because I was riding. Actually out his way, out to Ipsy and shit Friday, and I was listening to it. And I hadn't heard the Breakfast Club interviews in quite a while, but I heard Ride Wave shit, and like we was just rapping about how like basically he needs a mentor, like he's asking for some guidance. So I was tripping because like Dog there obviously made it, like he what we see as being successful in the music industry, but it's like all the extra shit that come with it. He really don't know how to handle it. And I was just telling, all the bros off camera how like it really just dawned on me at that point. Like, damn, some of these niggas really don't want the attention. Like, cause it's like me, I do the podcast shit. I do a lot of shit that's in the public's eye. And you know me, like my personality, I embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with being in the public eye. But like, it's a lot of motherfuckers who hella talented, who feeding the masses with whatever they providing, and they really don't want the attention, dog. And sometimes that attention take you over the brink. So that's what we're talking about, dog. Just basically, we talking about mental health and this interview and all kind of shit. So let's just talk some shit, dog. So Bo, what's up, dog? You brought this shit up. So like when you first seen the interview and shit with Ride Wave, what was like? Where was you? What was you thinking when you first seen that shit?
I just saw a young bro that's basically just asking for some help, man.
Yeah.
You know, like. Yeah, you know, I think he just wanted to share his talents, man. You know, and like what came with it.
For sure.
But obviously, you know, he doesn't know how to, you know, deal with all the extra shit that's going on. You know, business shit, the
Right.
fame, and all that type of stuff, right? And I was just wondering. I was just thinking to myself, like, man, what's up with all these other celebrities out here? How come ain't nobody reached out to this bro, you know, and try to, you know, at least point him in the right direction, give him a couple tips, you know,
right.
Or, you know, put him in contact with somebody, you know, to handle his finances or whatever it may be, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this dude famous and he basically alone, you know.
Dog,
there's nobody in his corner.
For sure. And how crazy is that, though, to be like an entertainer at the level that he at? And like I say, it depends on how you look at the music industry. To me, I feel like he done made it into something. I mean, obviously, like, you know who he is. Like, you done heard some songs, whether you knew it was him or not. You done heard that shit. So, like, he done made it to a level. And it's crazy to be that far entrenched into the public's eye and still feel like you alone, bro. I can't even explain that shit. Like, for me, I wouldn't know the first thing or the first way to deal with some shit like that. Because, like, I know at the end of the day, like I mentioned this before, you do shit like when you, whatever your talent is, you doing that shit really to fulfill that urge within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like basically that's what you're doing. Eventually it started feeding into other people and people gravitate towards it, but that wasn't never your original intent. So now you got all this basically extra company and you don't know what to do with their ass because you actually don't want it. And it's like, what? How do you? I don't even know. How do you? What would even be the first step to even deal with that? Like you mentioned, he felt like he all by himself. Like, what the fuck would you do with that shit?
I don't know. Angry principal. What you?
Yeah,
think?
what,
I mean,
what
you
you say?
work with young people all the time.
Yeah, you work with young people all the time. So what you say?
And you know I'm out the loop. So how young is this dude?
I mean, he's what, mid-20s?
He's mid 20s.
All right, so he's still young. He's still trying to figure it out. All right.
So let me give you some backdrop. So his old man went to jail, like basically most of his adolescent life and shit, right? So he got out of jail, and like this was his first kind of I guess I'd say relationship with a male figure, basically, because his mom's his grandma raised him or whatever. So he was saying how he really didn't have that male guidance, so he was bumping his head a lot. He was doing like crazy shit. And he said it wasn't until his old man got out of jail and was telling him, like, basically because the way he explained it, his old man was like a for real street nigga, like that's what he is, no more no less, right? So he said he was just telling him like, look, this is what's gonna be your end results. So nigga, you got some other talent, let's do something else. And it's crazy, right? That shit sounds so simple. But he only received it because his old man told him that shit, though. So what if his old man never came back into the picture at all? Like, what if he was in jail, like, for the rest of his life? He would have never got this information. That just kind of go back to what I said before, which, like, I don't want to put too much emphasis on that, but at the end of the day, I always feel like, even if it ain't the father, like, it's got to be some kind of male figure in the life of a single mother. Like, because it's a lot of single mothers that raise their kids, their sons or whatever, and it's cool. Like, y'all do a great job. But it's got to be some dude in there somewhere. Cause like, for us, like, we need to see something that look like us. Our mama can tell us all the right things to do, show us all the right things to do, but she ain't, at the end of the day, she ain't no man, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now he finally get that later on, but, like, still, he don't know how to deal with the success that came. And, like, honestly, his old man can't tell him. He can tell him some shit, but, like, he can't tell him what to do with his fame. So that's why Bo was like, where the motherfuckers in the industry who done went through this, who should be, like, pulling his coattail, like, look, young dog, let's do it like this, that, and the third and shit. That's where I think our whole culture as a whole is missing. Like, we just don't have enough people.
I don't know. See, that's why I think we see it a little differently.
Okay.
It's because I don't know if it's our culture as a whole. I just think, at that level, when you get, to that Hollywood famous blah 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 whatever, celebrity level.
Yeah.
I think these cats get so caught up in trying to build their brand and support their image and this and that and blah blah blah.
They too busy on their own shit.
They just don't look out for other cats like that. You know what I mean? Until they get to like mogul status, right?
Like,
you know what I
mean?
Like Diddy or something like that. You know what I mean? But by then, how many other cats then reached out and then just then failed or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's. Well, I guess I am saying that. Let me take that back. That is some of their responsibility, I think, anyway. To help these young bros, man, and females too. Now, they blowing up in the game too.
So after his interview, somebody within the industry who's actually got their stuff together should have been reaching out.
Should definitely have.
Definitely.
If y'all haven't heard that interview, check out the last Breakfast Club interview with Rod Wave. Anyway,
so he's literally crying for help.
I mean, yeah, you heard that little 3 minutes that we heard. You can tell.
We don't know if he got it or not, but somebody should be reaching out.
I feel like, for sure.
And this man is in his 20s, trying to figure it out.
And he recognized that he needs help. Yes.
Most people don't recognize.
Most people don't. Exactly.
So I come from you asked me because I deal with kids. I come at a different route. I have about 6 males in my spot that are there to help kids.
Yeah.
But too often we wind up fighting. Or having to be, we wind up getting resistance. That's the better way of putting it. We get a lot of resistance from those single mothers. They don't want us to treat them. They don't want me to treat that boy the way I treat my son, and that's an issue to me.
I wonder why. Why is that?
That's hard to do because I'm giving you the right advice. I'm telling you, you got to say you mess up. I got to give you a punishment. We got to do this. We got to talk about it. but don't come in my office yelling and screaming at me because I'm doing the right thing by your child. You rather it happen with me than it happen out in the streets. So I get the other side of it. You all saying reach out and help them. I get the part where we are reaching out and helping, and we don't get the backup and support that we're supposed to get. And I'll say that 50% of the time we get the support. Other 50%, man, it's a struggle.
Why do you think that is though?
Because
is it a pride thing?
Nah, parents want to protect their children no matter what, and they always see the worst in everything. I get that. But when you see that I'm actually there to help and I've never done anything wrong by your child, then get on my side and let's do what we need to do to help your child out.
For sure.
So I see kind of both sides of it.
Yeah.
Militant man.
Right.
I really want to hear what you got to think.
I understand.
Right, that nigga laying back in the car, right?
On a different level too, because I inherited, you know what I'm saying, the 18-year-old.
Okay.
So
right. So you got a whole different perspective on it.
Yeah, and being that male energy that he need, you know, he's a respectable young man. He already, you know, he got his head screwed on right. But the one thing I like about him is that he want to learn and he want to know. So he's very inquisitive. And one thing that, you know, when before me and my wife got married, I told her, I sat her down and I said, hey, I need you to understand something. I said, you're used to being a disciplinary primarily with him. Mm-hmm. And I said, he's a grown, you know what I'm saying, he's a grown young man, like 18 years old. And I said, usually, you know what I'm saying, I said, I know you done dealt with him bucking up at you because he feeling himself as a man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I said, so my approach on dealing with that, and I know he going to buck up at me a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because it's territorial. You know, he's a young man, so he used to protect the mama.
He's like, this my shit.
And I'm about to, and I broke it down to her how I'm going to handle that. I gave her a heads up how I'm going to handle that, and I explained to her the type of emotions it's going to make her feel. Mm-hmm. But
because it's going to make her feel some kind of way.
Because now it's like, trust your decision. You like the type of man I am, so you need to trust your decision that you know I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, hurt this young man.
Facts.
My goal now is to help build him up just like you. Because I'm finna be investing in him too. Facts. And I'm finna take him in like my son, so I want him to be the best he can be. Good so shit. I'm able to hold that conversation because of the situation is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to sit down with her from that angle and we can have an understanding. And sometimes you can't do that when you mentoring other young men because you're not in that position with their parent. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the same situation to sit down like, hey, I know you want to protect your son no matter what. But trust that he's in this situation. This is what I love to do. I like to help. You know what I'm saying? So I know you may not understand my tactics. We're wired differently too. That's what they got to understand. Male and female is wired differently. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your head is screwed on right, because that makes a difference too.
Hell yeah. No, so look, I just looking at that though, looking at like your scenario, right, and then looking at Angry Principal scenario, like so. He can say the exact same thing that you would say, but because he not you, she not gonna receive that shit as well. So like going back to you, Angry Principal, how the fuck do you overcome that when she don't have a nigga like that, but you giving her the same advice, but she ain't taking it like I would say as raw as I can say it. She ain't taking it like that from you because you ain't fucking her. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you get past that? How do you get past that when at the same y'all at odds, but at the end of the day, it's the motherfucking son that's losing out.
She's like, you ain't sitting on the edge of this bed.
You feel me? Right. So how do you get past that shit?
I give you a great example. We had a young man who said some things that's similar to what this young man said, and we went to the mother like, hey, there's an issue here. You need to think about this. You need to know about this. And she literally tried to accuse all 6, 7 of us that are in there trying to help this man. Help this little boy. She accused us of lying on him and he didn't say that and all that kind of thing. It's like, wait a minute. We heard him say it.
Right.
We're reaching out to you to say
we're trying to help you.
We're trying to help you. Don't come yelling and screaming at us. We are literally trying to help you right now. We're trying to put you in touch with the services to help this young man out. She wasn't hearing it. It was our fault. We were making things up about her child. Well, I don't have time for that. So this is what's going to happen. Next time that he says something like this, you're going to have consequences to it. And I'm done. Because I've tried to help you.
So she done fucked over to help.
You come in, you yelled at my people. Now, you didn't come and yell at me, you yelled at my people. My people are literally on the front lines helping you out, My staff members are helping your child out, and you yelling at them. Okay, let's pull back the help. Let's treat it the way it needs to be treated.
And that's
then
fucked up.
Hopefully, the light bulb will click, and she'll start coming to us for help.
Hopefully.
So what happened this week?
Hopefully.
This week, she had to come and ask us for help.
Okay.
Because something else happened at the home.
Yeah.
And she saw what we saw. All right, well, now you know we were not lying.
Now you know we weren't bullshit.
You had to literally go through hearing it yourself before you believe that all 7 of these men who came to you and said, there's an issue you need to deal with, don't argue with us. Go deal with your child.
Exactly.
We're at least trying to help you out there and give you the heads up before something really bad happens.
Right.
And that's what you do. All you can do is give good advice. And once you give good advice, step back.
That's a tough position. I know what you said. It is.
No, it's not. I give you good advice. Once I give you that advice, it's up to you to use it the right way. And I gotta walk away.
I'm laughing because the only reason I'm laughing because he's actually said that same thing to me. Like, nigga, I gave you good advice, nigga. So you do what the fuck you want to do. Like so that's the only reason I'm laughing because he did me the same fucking way and shit. Shout out to my man Spank. He on IG. What up, though? He said, let me see. Reed, I don't need to be known personally. All right, so we going back to the Rod Wave shit. So he said, let me rephrase that. Read my words. I don't need the light shine on me personally. This is a good comment from Spank. So everybody on the show might not know Spank. It's my guy though. He been doing motherfucking he been rapping motherfucking poetry, spoken word shit for a long time.
Renaissance man.
For sure. And I know my dog be having a lot of good shit to say. Like what he be saying be like on the shit. I remember, and Spank, I know if you still on there, dog. I used to be on this nigga head like every week. I be finding fucking spoken word joints for this nigga to go to because his words is fire. But like the nigga don't be wanting to do that shit because of the whole Rod Wave shit. Like he don't like the attention. But I'm telling my nigga like, dog, you got fire, nigga. Like niggas need to hear that shit. And they need to hear it. But like he don't want to deal with the extra shit. So like him making that comment is fucking perfect because I know for a fact he is that nigga. Like he got fire, but he can't. He don't want to go out because he don't want to deal with people. And it's crazy. Like my whole life I just felt like niggas be trying to do shit like they find their little talent, you know what I'm saying, to get out of their situation. And I felt like, damn, I feel like it's a win. Everybody don't look at it like that though. Everybody.
Let me ask a personal question.
What's up?
You want fame or fortune?
Dan, it's a tough one.
You want fame or fortune?
Fortune. That's
Everybody say fortune. Everybody say fortune. But I'm gonna tell you why it's tough for me though, because everybody say fortune. Because I've had this question asked many times, and it's a tough one for me because I would love to have fortune because I can spend and live like however I want to, like whatever I want to do, I can go do it. But I also say this though, and this is not a popular opinion, but I'm gonna say it though, right? This the thing. A lot of times, if you famous enough, you ain't gotta have the money, so you don't have to have the fortune. And I'm gonna tell you where I got this from. All right, this is a little way throwback. Back when I was doing my internship at Black Enterprise and shit, right? I remember having a conversation with Earl Graves and shit. Rest in peace and shit. Earl Graves, Senior. So he was saying how he was an aide for JFK and shit, right? So JFK, obviously, all these motherfuckers got money.
He was an aide for JFK?
Yeah, somewhere in there. He worked in there somewhere.
So I want you to understand how serious this is.
Mm-hmm.
Those aides are usually those Rhodes Scholars that come in with the serious GPAs, the serious career goals, and they get selected out of thousands of people that apply to the job. And you tell me Earl Graves is
a major motherfucker.
That's serious when you come into the 60s.
Earl Graves is a serious motherfucker. So I don't know that. He was either an A or he was something. He was close by for sure.
Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know.
No, and what's crazy about Earl Graves though, and this is a quick aside note and shit. I remember when I got my. This is all fucked up too, because this is just bad for me. But when I got my internship at Black Enterprise, I remember telling you, I was telling Big C, I was telling Angry Principal, I'm sorry, telling Angry Principal and shit about my internship, and he was like, "Oh shit, you get to work with Earl Graves." I'm like, "Nigga, who the fuck is that?" Now this is some goofy shit, right? I got an internship, I don't even know who the fucking publisher of Black Enterprise is, right? Goofiest shit ever. So this nigga schooled me on who he was and shit. I'm like, bet. So I get there. I get to New York and shit. I get to actually meet the nigga, and we having all these conversations. Like, dog, cool as fuck. Like he put me on so much game, like for real. Like niggas was scared to talk to him, but because of Angry Principal and shit, I was armed. I was ready. I'm like, dog, this a motherfucker I need to share words with. So like I was lucky enough to share words with fucking with him and shit. But this is one of the things he said. So while he was being an aide or whatever he was doing for JFK, I remember the nigga saying like he understood what power was when they would get ready to go to events and shit. This is some funny shit though. And he said that like dog would be getting ready and shit. Like he busts up, they about to leave and shit. And the only thing he be checking his pockets for is his motherfucking comb. Right? Because like he don't need shit else. So that's why I said sometimes fame or you know what I'm saying could be a little better than fortune because you ain't even got to spend in most cases if you known enough. So that's why it's hard for me. I don't know which one I'd rather have.
I don't know though because if you use JFK as that example, I mean that's American royalty. You know what I mean? He's never had to work and earn that. You know what I mean? That's just a name. Mm-hmm. You know.
But you also rich motherfuckers don't hardly spend money though.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like we look at that, we look at the end result. But what happened from the time they wasn't rich until they got to that point? I mean, like I don't know. Because everybody eventually answered to somebody somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have my own resources. You know, rather than rely on another motherfucker to give me some shit or offer some shit to me. I guess that's just the way I look at it.
It's like it's cool. It's cool walking into shit though.
Those lines can get blurred. That's what I'm saying to me. You know, because. All right, as a person, right, if you carry yourself honorably, you're going to be known around your people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your characteristics is going to carry yourself, right? So you building up a certain respect and rapport by how you handle yourself. And then simultaneously, you a businessman, right? Mm-hmm. So you building a business and you got your own money. So now you got a little bit of both by default. Even though you personally didn't say, hey, I want to be famous, by default, you're going to be famous because of how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? So the difference is that you're going to get both of them, but it's do you literally want one or the other?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In life. And I think it just varies from person to person on who leans. Because some people say they want money and then get in the limelight and wind up liking it more than what they say.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe it's me. Like it's probably my personality. Like I fuck with people. Yeah. And then, don't get me.
And I don't.
Don't get me wrong though, because sometimes I'll be like fuck y'all. Sometimes I hate people. Like fuck y'all. But a lot of times like I deal in people. Like I'm cool with that. Like I feed off of people. Like my energy is like that. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, if I'm able to get the same shit out of something. Let me see how I want to say it. If I can get the same opportunity out of something without having the money and just off of recognition, I'm cool with that.
But
shit.
I mean, but what you have to do to get that though? That's to me that's the question. You know what I mean?
That's a whole other thing.
Hey, we don't want
because it's not your own resources, right?
Some folks out here buying.
Right. So you're right. It's not your own resources.
Yeah, you got to answer to somebody somewhere.
Okay. See, I didn't look at it that way.
Some folks out there bobbing for apples.
I'm glad I brought this nigga on the show today. And let me shoot these comments real quick. Spank said, "I hear you, bro. I love being under the radar for sure. He definitely do." He said, "True story. I met a cat that mentioned he knew a cat with fire words named encrypted thoughts. I smiled like my God, how we meet and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like it's an ego thing too though. Like when a motherfucker like recognize you for some shit though, like it is an ego thing, and maybe it's my ego that's like that. But I know that sometimes your likeness or like your notoriety can gain you access to some shit that sometimes money can't. So that's why I say for me, I'm probably all right. So let me say this. Let me just clear this up.
Before you get there, I think that's where it goes back to where Militant Man kind of said when people were different, right?
Yeah.
Like my motive, like that motivates me, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm motivated by something like I don't give a fuck about being in the spotlight, you know, and all that static. Like I don't care. Give me the money, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
The other shit I don't give a fuck about. You know? And but if you do, that's cool though. You know.
Yeah, I feel you. So damn, what was I saying? So I think essentially, all right. So let me just straighten this up for niggas. Like essentially, I am gonna choose finance over notoriety or over being famous or whatever. But I will admit that it makes it a little tough. Just because I'm a people person, I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with if I can get the same resources, not having money as having money.
So
I'm
you want
cool
to be
with
Captain
that.
America?
No, I want to be what was the dog name on the boys.
Homelander.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Homelander. I'm gonna be the asshole Captain America. I'm gonna kill a couple niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all niggas ain't ever watched the boys and shit,
yeah,
you might not know what I'm talking about.
Good,
Let me see where we at. We got something else. Shit, May just checked in. What up, though? She said, hold on, where we at? Where'd she go? She said, but fame fades and your fortune will remain. So I choose fortune.
Yep.
And saying, and you're also giving the people the chance to dictate your fame. If they decide to not like you anymore, then what? Damn, that's some real shit. Yeah. Why this nigga side-eye me though? Like, that's what I'm saying, nigga.
You want power over your life.
Hey, nigga. He look at me like, nigga, did what? What she said, nigga. Yeah. I feel that, though. Yeah.
You don't want that control. You get that power away.
Dog. So, look. Telling me that I don't want that control is an understatement, nigga. That's why I can't fuck with corporate America. Nah, you are absolutely right. Yeah. I cannot deal with a motherfucking controlling my motherfucking day-to-day or whatever. So
I've been thinking about opening a black-owned beauty supply store.
Do that? Like, it's like 3 that exist in this motherfucker? Like, where they at? Atlanta or something?
We dealing with
the way
you know who owns them all.
Yeah, we gonna get to that in just a second.
Yeah, but the way it's set up is so that people of our color can't get into the system. Mm-hmm. That literally is a restrictive system on how they deal with.
So they lock that motherfucker up, huh?
That whole hair care.
It's crazy, right?
$1 billion industry. Mm-hmm. But we don't control any of it.
Right.
Or very little of it.
Right, and we like the number one consumer.
We the epicenter of the whole thing the culture that come along with it.
I got a story for y'all.
Okay, let's hear it.
I can mention their name because I don't work there no more.
It's safe to say that.
Yeah, so I used to work for Amazon, right? Mm-hmm. And they have these awards. They call it DoorDesk awards, you know, for like certain things that people do that change the business, blah blah blah, whatever. And so one of the things that black female employees that were based out in Seattle was saying that, you know, it wasn't anywhere for them to go to get good hair products, get their hair done, shit like that in Seattle, right? Yeah. And so the one female, she started like, you know how like Amazon has stores on it now, like, you know, this is this store, this is that store.
Right. Yeah.
Well, she started the whole thing with female black hair care products and stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
And you know what she got? A DoorDesk award.
That's it. She got an award.
Hey, you can get in that promotion and whatnot, I guess, you know. So that's man. You know, change the whole game on Amazon.com or whatnot.
Okay.
You know, change the whole game. You get the DoorDesk award.
That's kind of fucked up, though.
That's kind of fucked up, bro.
How that made you feel?
I mean, it made me feel no type of way, I guess, really. I mean, like damn, that's bad for baby girl.
But you knew that's how they was cut anyway. Yeah. At that point, you know that's how it was cut. So all right, y'all niggas changing my way.
Anyway.
Y'all changing my ideology, which is why I had these conversations, and this is why I fuck with y'all, and this is why, again, and I say this all the time, so anybody who know me and shit already know this. I'm gonna say it again because we on live and shit. But this is why I fuck with my circle, dog. I love my motherfucking circle. Like I understand now, like meeting other motherfuckers who like do shit. Even that do shit that I do or do other shit and have like you got whenever you use your talent and they get exposed to the public and the public gravitate towards you and shit, you got choices to make and shit. And a lot of times your choices are dictated by the circle around you and shit. So I just gotta say that I appreciate the fuck out my circle, dog. I tell niggas that shit all the time. Like I love my niggas, dog, because my circle is different from so many niggas' circles. I done met niggas who I can't understand how the people they hang around allowed them to make certain fucking decisions. Like, I don't know how they allowed that shit to happen. I got fucking lucky. You know what I'm saying? I really got lucky, and I appreciate that shit. And I think this is something that's overlooked, too. So just like we talking about Rod Wave and shit, it's like you start really examining, like people say that shit, but I don't think they understand the strength behind that shit. Like, you really are who you hang around, dog. Your circle is hella important, dog. Like, it's so important. Like, I don't even think people really understand it, especially when I think this is something when you trying to whatever, if you discover whatever your talent is or whatever, and you feel like this is gonna be the talent that's gonna move you out of your situation, like forward into something else. I think if you not from that point trying to figure out who it is that you surrounding yourself with, you gonna end in failure, bro. Cause like this shit right here is serious, nigga.
This shit right here, nigga?
No, this I'm telling you. And so look, this is the conversation we be having. Venus, what up, though? Venus just checked in. What up, though?
Venus?
Lasanji just checked in. What up, though? I'm sorry. We talking about all kind of random shit. Cause, well, I'm talking about random shit because I've been drinking. But right now we talking about a few things. We talking about when you make it, what kind of circle you surround yourself in. Also, we talking about mental health. We talking about people. We talking about whether you would want.
Let's talk about
fortune. We ready to get to that?
Let's talk about it.
Damn.
Before we get
That was a tough ass transition.
Well, before we get to it,
That was a tough ass transition.
I just want to jump in and say,
Got some real for your ass.
No, that was a tough ass transition.
Gets his bullets with his teeth.
As they make their way up, they also have to have people around them that want them to be successful and also be willing to let go of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta let them go.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Yeah, you want that friendship, but at the same time, if that person's not good for you,
You gotta let them live.
And we, unfortunately, we are not cut like that. We always want to be down with who was with us at the beginning. Well,
sometimes
not always the best people to be around. So you gotta be willing to let go. Yeah. And it's not, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you gotta be selfish about your stuff sometimes.
Hey, look, real quick, dog. After you say that shit, man, shout out to my nigga Monk Money, dog. Cause Monk Money is that guy for me and shit, right? So like, I'm me, dog. I'm an energy motherfucker and shit, and like, I'm probably loyal to a default and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Monk Money is that nigga in my crew who he ain't with the shits. That nigga like, look, this is what we doing. Them niggas wasn't here for this. They wasn't here for that. Nigga, cut them niggas loose. He that nigga. And I need that nigga in my circle. Cause me, I'm be like, well, shit, that's my man's and shit. That nigga like, nah, bro. Nope. So like, cause me, I'm like, it's my little energy and shit. We good. And that nigga be like, nope. He cut niggas off strong, nigga. Like, I'm talking about strong, nigga. I be wondering, like, cause like, how do you have any friends, nigga? Like, you cut everybody off. But like, you need niggas like that in your circle too, though, to keep shit tight. Like, to keep shit tight. Cause sometimes with me, I'm just going with the flow. Like, niggas like, shit, well, all right, fuck it, you can come with us. And that nigga be like, nope. I'm like, oh, okay.
But that also comes with age.
It do. I'm old as fuck though.
I'm not dealing with that anymore.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Facts. Yeah. You made that shit sound so simple though.
It is.
Y'all agree?
It is simple.
Y'all
It is, yeah.
The nigga's like, yeah, what the fuck wrong with you?
Because
Yeah.
Because I had my circle so small it's a dot.
It ain't even no circle no more. That fucking dot.
And all the brothers that I started off with, you know, when we were younger, we were like brothers forever.
Mm-hmm.
The reason a lot of us is not hanging around each other ain't got nothing to do with us falling out. We just grew apart because we came into ourselves and who we were as individuals, and sometimes those are different paths.
Different paths, yeah.
But
facts.
you have to recognize that you can't be fighting so hard to keep something together that the Most High is trying to tear apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people need to know how to differentiate that. They need to know how to recognize that concept. That, yeah, it may be somebody that was there with you day one that's going to come with you, but everybody that was there with you at day one can't go.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't going where you going because y'all ain't like-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that be friends and blood, too.
Bro.
Oh, nigga. Blood more often than you think.
Yeah.
More often than you think. Yeah,
What
sure.
do I say all the time?
10%.
Take your 10% and roll, man. Take your 10% and roll.
Nah, facts, though.
You know?
Deep ass conversation and shit, but my nigga done already made a hard transition. So I guess we'll go.
It's
to
a hard
next.
topic. Yeah, hey.
It's a tough topic.
Ain't no way
so
to ease into it.
it really ain't. So if y'all checking us out right now, shout out to my man. Let me see what just popped in. Jock J Podcast. What up, though? That's my dog. What's
What up,
popping with
dog?
you? What that say? Shorty wanna be a thug.
Shorty wanna
What
be
up,
a
though?
thug.
What up, though? That's a new name. I don't recognize that name, so thanks for checking us out.
Okay.
This is BBW Happy Hour, dog. So we just talking a little shit right now. After we recorded our episodes of the Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey podcast, make sure what you need.
No, I'm just pointing out the two too that we were drinking.
Oh yeah, this shit right here, Four Roses in Woodinville. So if you're just now checking us out, make sure you check out eblockradio.com on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see the full episode of the episode with Woodinville. That'll be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we breaking down the flavor profiles and everything from Woodinville bourbon. So make sure you check that out. And thanks for hanging out today. So let's get to the shit, I guess.
To the shit.
Damn, I don't even know how to ease into the shit. All right, so look, this is what we talking about, and I know that I have a lot of black listeners and shit. So I think we may have mixed reviews, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna try to keep it as politically correct as I can. I mean, I've been drinking and smoking. I'm not sure. I'm getting ready to eat an edible, so I'm really not sure what's gonna happen. But it's what we want to talk about, dog. It's some Asian violence going on and shit, and I think that the black community is kind of being put into the mix because I guess we're supposed to be, supportive of, what they got going on and movement and everything. We're supposed to be completely supportive of, protecting them. So let's have that conversation, dog. Let's go ahead and get into that shit. Get into that shit. So, Bo, you want to start off?
Yeah. Just from like a human decency standpoint, mm-hmm. I don't want anybody to go through some bullshit like that, right? Yeah. But my thing is this, like, why are we putting the black community on trial? You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, obviously the black community been through enough. You know what I mean? We got shit we need to deal with. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I hope everything works out well with them, but I gotta worry about my own house. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not actively support, like I don't think we have to, be all out and open and saying, all these different hashtags and being on social media and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think that's necessary, just from the standpoint of like, I want my own to do well first, right? You know what I mean? That's my first concern. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if that affects someone else, like if I'm not able to pay enough attention to, another group or something, then so be it, right? Yeah. Because I'm handling things in my house first. Now,
so you know what the issue is, though, right? People saying that, when I say people, I use that loosely. People saying that because of everything that was going on with us with police brutality and everything, like so many other races and other cultures stood up for us at that point. So now they make it seem as though, I see you shake your head already, they're making it seem as though we have a obligation now. I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. I'm saying, so that's what they're saying. So they're saying like,
so what does that mean? Like because you put a hashtag on IG? That's what's standing up for us?
So they march for us.
You march.
We gotta march for them.
That's what, that's kind of what the idea, and that's why people kind of feel a certain way. So
all that shit's symbolic, bro. Like, what has marching ever changed? Yeah. Besides make your feet hurt and shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, dog.
I mean, that's just symbolic. Yeah, you're showing somebody, like, I got an issue with this or whatnot, but like, for real, man, I'm saying.
That nigga said other than make your feet hurt, bro. Yeah. Because you all this bitch is some chucks.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. So, anyway, man, no, I don't want to see people get shot up and get harassed and get beaten up and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, man, like, what you expect support from me? Like, what have you done for me to move our cause ahead?
So let's cut to.
What I mean? That's the question, right? Nobody want to ask that question though. Like,
let's cut to what I really want to say, and I'm gonna say it politely and shit, but. What we really want to say is we've been in some fucked up positions for a long time. You marched a couple of times in the last year or two. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. All that good shit. Thank you. But at the end of the day, we've been surviving a whole gang of shit already. I feel like, and it's probably a fucked up thing to say, but I feel like our struggle been so tough. I really ain't got time to worry about your shit. And I want to be humanitarian and all that goofy shit, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of Asians. I guess we use the term Asian loosely, I guess, because we got a lot of people to include in that. But in real life, them niggas wasn't checking for us, bro. Like, they wasn't checking for us. Like, I don't really know no other way to say the shit. They wasn't really checking for us. So now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be sympathetic. I'm gonna take it back a little further to the fucking to when they tore the towers down and shit in New York and shit. I remember being at Wayne State University. Shout out to Wayne State University, my alma mater. And we had a young lady there who was she was either Arabic or of Arabic descent. I can't remember. But she was telling a story about how, you know, they felt like they was being what's the word I'm looking for?
Persecuted?
Yeah, like they were being persecuted and shit. And I remember being at that point, I was 21 or 22, and I remember listening to her story, and I was empathetic, but then I was also like, motherfucker, we been trying to tell y'all that shit. Like, don't want me to be empathetic now because you feel it. Motherfucker, we been telling you. So now, 20 years later, I'm having that same kind of feeling about these people. Like, we been trying to tell you. So I think I mentioned this off air and shit, but I think that originally, or not originally, but a little while ago, or probably like after they had concentration camps and shit, I think that a lot of Asian people and shit kind of fell into that trap where they felt like they was actually being accepted by Europeans and shit, right? So they was being accepted by the white community. So I think that whether they knew it or not, they kind of took on a level of, you know, looking down at us because they found themselves in a position where they kind of equated themselves to white America. So now that you got that rude motherfucking awakening that them niggas don't fuck with y'all, what I'm supposed to do?
You know, it goes back to the classic story, man. Like, unpopular person in high school.
Bro.
They make some changes. All of a sudden they get popular.
Facts.
You know, fall out with the unpopular kids. Something bad happens to them. Then they go back to the unpopular kids.
It
right?
is.
That's
exactly
what
that.
it is.
It's exactly
you know?
that. And that, again, it's unfortunate. Like, I mean, I'm a human rights motherfucker. I don't want niggas just be getting killed for nothing. But, like, I don't know. Militant man, it look like you bubbling, bro. Say what you got to say, my nigga.
All right. Y'all heard all the polite stuff.
All the polite shit.
Y'all done heard all the polite stuff. I'm taking the gloves off. Bare knuckle shuffle, baby. We can box the boogaloo.
What?
Yo, check this out. To piggyback off what bro just said about all the things that our people have been through in America and that we still going through in this corporation.
Yeah.
So we have no friends when it comes to our rights and the things that we deal with on a daily basis up to the present. Now, keep in mind, a lot of things aren't direct as they used to in certain references, but they're very subtle. And the people that do that, they have the power to alter, you know, different things that we have in life. So, with that being said, like our people doing the civil rights, when the dogs and the water hoses was getting sicked on us, everybody of color was inside their house watching it on TV. Yeah. Soon as we got the benefits of civil rights, that everybody want to be a minority and come out and reap. They got more of the benefits than we did.
People of
and
color.
they still doing it.
Right.
They still doing it to this day. Yeah. And then when they get accepted, you know, as being a real American, when they get accepted for that, they don't want to, you know, be connected and be brotherly anymore. You know what I'm saying? They want to look at us as being inadequate or less than because they got accepted in this American life. But there was a time when they wasn't either.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But when it happened, they changed. And I'm like, this is what we deal with. It's like you got to be consistent because in our culture, we hold that at a high standard. You know, when it comes to brotherhood. Like if we brothers for real and we going to say we bros, and you know what I'm saying, and I recently had a conversation with my brother-in-law, you know what I'm saying, and so the conversation is fresh. if you have a brotherhood and it's real, and you down with me and we got each other's back, you can't hide your hand when stuff going down. You can't be absent. You know what I'm saying? We running up on the front line of the battlefield, and y'all geeking me up to go do something. And when I turn back around, everybody gone. You know what I mean? But then after I done made my sacrifice, everybody got their hand out for the benefits.
Right.
It's like, no, you can't do that. We're gonna be brothers. Let's be brothers. Because at the end of the day, it is about human rights.
It's gonna be what it is. Yeah,
and I'm down for anybody that love me. Yeah. If you don't like me, if you don't like me, I ain't got nothing for you. I love who love me.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm not playing. I love who love me. If my experience with you showed me that you don't value my life, I ain't got nothing for you when it's your turn.
Damn.
You want some grease?
Damn. My nigga said he was taking the gloves off. He wasn't bullshitting.
Drop that mic.
My bad, Angry Man just stepped in and shit. What up, though? So everything you just said right there is exactly what's on my mind and shit. And I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. So shout out to the people who listening right now. And Candy, I'm getting ready to read your comment right now. Shout out to all the people that's listening. I ain't gonna lie to you. Before we started recording the other two shows, I brought this up and I was like, this is a conversation I want to have, but I ain't gonna lie, I was afraid. I was afraid to have a conversation because I felt like I was gonna say some shit that was gonna be offensive. And you know, we kind of people check for us, so I don't be wanting to rub niggas the wrong way, but also I don't want to be the nigga who not saying what I want to say because like something holding us back. So
I mean, that's the whole cancel culture that got people worried, right? But
yeah, facts.
I go back to something that Dave Chappelle said, I think a year ago to whenever it was. Mm-hmm. But you're not gonna have any perfect heroes, at all. People gonna have faults in their background and shit like that. Right. And like you just can't cancel folks because they did some bad shit, 25 years ago, right? Like. Yeah, some people you can, right? Like some people,
you can, right? You cancel their ass the fuck out.
Because there's severity and shit, right? Certain things are worse than others.
Right.
But it goes back to that, man. I got love for folks who got love for me, like, and got love for me doesn't mean you share the hashtag on Instagram, like, you know what I mean? Like,
are you serious about that hashtag?
Yeah, what tangibles, bro?
Right.
Hashtag,
tangibles.
Hashtag, kiss my ass.
Military man on one today. Angry Man, dog, you in the cut, dog? You want to fuck around or you off camera?
What we talking about here?
We talking about like the shit that's going on in the Asian community where like people losing their lives and shit, and they expecting us to like be in the forefront of they fight, like how people kind of stood up for us on the Black Lives Matter shit. Like now they kind of saying like because other people stood up for us during our situation, like now there's like some kind of obligation for us to be like really at the forefront, like of that shit. Now around the table we kind of saying that like I'm all about human rights. I want motherfuckers to like be living their life and shit. I don't want nobody to be losing their life over no goofy shit. But also at the end of the day, I don't want to be held like hella obligated or accountable when motherfuckers ain't really fucking with our struggle for real. They fuck with it when it's feasible for them. You know what I'm saying? So now am I supposed to feel bad that I ain't hashtagging every motherfucking thing or going like am I supposed to? So that's where we at with it, dog. What you think about that shit, dog? Like, are we under some kind of obligation or no?
We obligated to our goddamn self. We've been telling the world for years the motherfuckers ain't shit, but then nobody want to believe us.
Same thing you just said, bro.
Same thing I said.
Then, for you to say we're obligated to help, we're not obligated to do anything.
Yeah.
We obligated to give. We can't help you until we finish our own fucking struggle.
Same thing you just said.
Hell yeah, same thing you said, right?
How the fuck we gonna help you and we still struggling?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Adapt your agenda, do what you gotta do. We'll stay the fuck out your way. Just stay the fuck out of our way. Everybody been in our way since the beginning of the fucking time.
Right.
Beginning.
You know what I mean?
Right. I just broke down when I told him, hey, brotherhood is real with us, you know what I'm saying? I was telling him, I brought up our conversation the other day when we talk about brotherhood, that we take that shit serious. Mm-hmm. So y'all can't be inconsistent with us and then expect for us to be in solidarity with y'all when y'all backing of us is spotted in the mud.
Dog. So Shy fucking with you, right?
Yeah, I know you probably is.
That nigga said looking angry, looking like he just got out of prison yesterday. Goofy as hell. Right.
Oh man.
So
don't disrespect my time, nigga. I did some time.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Right off this one.
I forgot.
Oh man. Oh man.
No, we was live on air when this man got arrested. Candy said we do support our Asian brothers and sisters, but why we always the ones that have to always let me see. Put on our big girl panties and our big boy drawers on. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because like we always looked at to be the forefront of shit because we are the forefront of shit.
Yeah.
I think at some point we just gotta fucking understand that. Like we are the leaders of the trend. We are the leaders of fucking everything. So like when shit happen, like even though we be looking at it like, damn, motherfucker, we don't owe y'all shit. Like nigga, we still trying to fix our shit. But they looking at us like, I think a lot of times it feel like everybody else knows something we don't know. Like everybody else know that we more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. I think that's what happened a lot of times. But just looking at this situation specifically, like it's cool that like, so let me, how I want to say it. So it's cool that everybody kind of stepped in and shit to do this whole Black Lives Matter movement and shit, and like hold on, let me say this. It's cool that everybody stepped in and did that shit and supposedly stepped in on our regard and shit. But let's look at the reality of the shit. It's fucking when did the shit with that? When was that? 2019. So you talking about 2019, dog? This was fucking 1,000 years after we've been going through this shit the whole time. So like, you stepped in 1,000 years later, and now the fuck I'm obligated to be everybody's fucking savior. No, nigga.
Stepped in and did what though?
I mean, well, you know,
they didn't do shit.
They hurt their feet, nigga. They was marching. My nigga
still got the same issues.
My nigga,
the only thing that's changed is time. Time has passed.
My nigga say marching that shit, but your feet hurt.
Did you see that that dish that I posted up? You liked it. That had the vegetables and the corn and stuff in it, right? That was an Asian cuisine. And
I wasn't even aware.
And I posted at the end of that. I said, "There's my solidarity."
Oh yeah, you did say that shit. Damn, I'm tripping. I didn't even beat that shit. My man Gregory just checked in. What up, G? That's my man from Georgia. Shit with the G napkins and shit.
What up, though?
Shout out to my nigga G.
I think for us, it's a fear factor.
We coming down to that bitch to eat though, low key. I'll let you know. Anyway, go ahead.
It's a fear factor with us that we don't want to recognize how strong we are. I mean,
You think so?
They got us by the balls, yeah. Because a lot of people I mean, we already getting crucified in the street every day. In corporate America, we're getting bullied. You know, we finally breaking that wave a little bit.
A little bit.
You know, but I think it's a fear factor.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the second you step out there and they want you, they will crush you. Period.
I mean, yeah, but we can't live our life with that though. And I'm gonna tell you how I equate that shit. Cause like, I remember having this conversation with my moms. Rest in peace to my OG and shit. Love her to death. But we was or to life, I guess they say now. But we was at my grandma's house, and my grandma used to watch the news all the time, and my grandma was saying something about some shit that was happening. And I remember even at that young age, I was telling my OG, I was like, dog, I understand what my grandma going through because she old now and shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, you look at shit on the news, and it scare you. Like it really will. Like, if you sit here and watch the news, you'll be over life, nigga. Like, you be like, nigga, I'm never coming outside. But then my whole thing was like, you can't look at that shit and let it dictate how you operate in life. And this is the same thing what you was just saying about that fear of, like, basically if you ever get outside of your box, like, they'll crush you and shit. Like, I think it's some truth to that, but you also can't allow that to limit what you doing with your life and shit, though. You know what I'm saying? So that fear shouldn't crush you. And maybe you're right. Maybe that fear is what's crushing us. Like, I'm not sure. Do y'all agree with that shit? You think it's the fear that's crushing us?
No, over the last year, we've seen some egregious things happen. We've seen things that make you say, wait a minute, what's going on here? Unfortunately, our people decide they drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
They listen to what's been dictated or what's been said to us, and they take it to heart and they internalize it, and they are not willing to push back and say, no, that's not what we're about.
That ain't it. Yeah.
So over the last year, you've seen something happen, and everybody say, all right, that's ridiculous.
Right.
But now the ridiculous is happening to other races.
Yeah.
And the one thing that has come out from this 45ism is that
45ism.
I'm not saying his name. 45ism is that they are willing to. They are scared of losing control.
Yeah.
And that control means we got to put everybody down.
Yeah.
So all the others are saying we all need to be together so we can combat this.
All the people of color, like my nigga love to use his favorite term.
Right, if you got some melanin in your skin, then you're like, okay, we all got to stick together. That's how these other races are feeling. Whereas we are like, we've been going through this, and we've been out front, we've been jumping up and down and yelling about it
the whole
for
time.
the last 80 years.
At least.
And nobody listened to us.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's happening to you, and you got social media on your side. We all supposed to be together, and that's where people are having a divide.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to say treat people the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I hear that, but at the same time, you all are going through what we've been going through forever, and ours has been 10 times bigger than what yours has been going through, or at least that we know of.
That we know of.
We know of.
I
cannot talk about somebody else's experience.
Yeah, because I don't know it. Yeah.
I'm not part of that, but at the same time, we know what our struggle has been, because our struggle has been on TV.
Yeah.
Our struggle has, what it say, the revolution
It's
has not
documented.
been televised. Well,
It's
ours
documented.
has been televised.
For sure.
Everything that's been going on with us has been televised the entire time. You can go back to the 60s, you can go back to the 20s. Hell, Booker T was putting out a list of people being lynched. This has been a constant struggle for us.
Right.
Whereas now others are having a struggle, and we as a people have to decide if we're going to completely jump in and support them, or say, okay, let's see what y'all do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the struggle that's happening.
It's the struggle that's happening, and just looking at that shit though, like you taking it back to even Booker T or even further back than that, like this struggle has been going on for a long time, and I guess we can't play the tit for tat shit. Like I guess we can't do the you did this, I did that type shit. But
it's all right to be petty.
It says all right.
It's all right to be petty. People have a right to be petty.
I think Bo completely agree with that shit.
I just don't know where all this support shit came from, right? Like, people of color, like,
your favorite term.
I mean, I'm black.
Right. First of all, that's sarcasm. This nigga completely hates the word.
Just because
the phrase "people of color." I just want y'all to know.
Just because somebody else is has darker skin too, or whatever, like. No, man. I'm just not supposed to get you. I just don't get you support off tops, because of this whole people of color, paradigm or initiative or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? No, bro. I'm worried about my house. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Just like they worried about theirs. That's cool. Do what you need to do. We'll do what we need to do, and then call it a day.
Call it a day from there.
I didn't ask for all these other folks to come and step in and help out and do all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, no.
So, like,
but it's interesting how much power has been lost by the majority race. Or I guess I want to say the majority in this country. Mm-hmm. They're losing that power. They see the power being lost, and they don't know how to deal with it, so they're violent with it. They're violent at all times. People don't understand how violent that race has been
since the
throughout
beginning.
history.
The Vikings.
From the beginning.
But what's crazy is that they don't understand.
Well, in the world, they've always been the minority, but they act like they're the majority.
Yeah.
And so they want to put their power on everybody else. They want to exert their power on everybody else.
Bro, that's some real shit. Say that one more time.
They don't realize how much they are not. They're the minority.
Yeah.
We are the
Real
majority.
deal.
People with melanin are the majority.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down. Okay, you want to talk about? It's something simple that I learned in college. Mm-hmm. Melanin in your skin is regulated by the pineal gland, right here in the middle of your brain.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We have that pineal gland works for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what creates melanin in your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Those of the white race don't have that pineal gland working.
Mm-hmm.
So who's brain damaged?
Damn.
And
Just
they're
think about it.
medically, genetically, they're mutations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to say that, but hey, that's what it is. Science and medical, it's a mutation.
So they're the minority, but yet they want to exert like they're the majority. And that's an issue that now, because we're starting to kind of figure it out and exert our power, that's scary to the people that think that they're the majority and they want to exert their power over everybody.
Yeah.
That's scary that I don't have to listen to you anymore. I can do what I need to do. Why do you think Georgia has put those rules in place for voting? Yep. Because the people that have melanin in their skin got up, voted y'all out of the office. Now I'm gonna change the rules so that I can dominate no matter what. And I'm going, even if I lose an election, I can go in and change it just because I don't like the way you all are voting. Yeah. That's some serious thing. When you think you're losing power, how much you want to hold on to it, and that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, and they did it. They did it with the Black Panther Party. J. Edgar Hoover and Reagan did that with the Black Panthers. Yeah. When on my mom's side, like I inherited the knowledge from the Black Panther Party on my mom's side because of her and like her first cousins from here all the way to Oakland was like friends. Like her first cousin was friends with Asada Shakur, Afeni, and Huey P. So I grew up hearing this stuff firsthand. Right. And so because we knew the law like the back of our hand, they had to change it to criminalize the organization. Because they knew, because that's why they were able to carry the way that they were carrying. They made it was common knowledge to understand the way this law works. So what do people do? Like he just said, you know what I'm saying? Like the Angry Principal said, you know, they'll change the game on you. When you figure something out, they will change the game on you.
So the biggest thing I want everybody, this is the last word I'm going to say. I want everybody to take the time to Google becoming a Moor. M-O-O-R. Becoming a Moor. Yeah. The reason there is a law, there are laws in this country that have been selected for you being a Moor. And if you don't know what the Moors are, they were a North African race of people that actually came in and dominated Spain. They took over most of Europe. So when you talk about the running of the bulls, the running of the bulls is literally a celebration of getting the Moors out of Spain. Yeah, that's exactly what it's about.
I didn't know that.
The Moors are here, so that's when we're gonna run these bulls and celebrate. The Moors literally have a law. They have a treaty here in the United States. If you're a Moor, you cannot be persecuted. You cannot be. Laws don't apply to you. You can't be arrested. You can't be sued. In fact, you can go and sue the 36th District Court if you needed to because you feel like you've been discriminated against. Everybody who happens to have melanin in their skin needs to become a Moor. Jesse Jackson's a Moor. Yeah. Bill Clinton's a fucking Moor. So am I. How do you think he got out? How do you think he got out of being convicted on his impeachment? Because he claims he's a Moor. Nobody knows this stuff because it's one of the best kept secrets in the world. If you look up Moor right now, if you Google it, go back and Google it 2 days later. It won't show up. What? It's literally that deep. Yeah. You have that Moor flag in your car, they can't even pull you over for a speeding ticket. Yeah. So every single one of us, and I've been researching it, trying to figure out everything that I'm supposed to do to become Moor. You really do need to think about doing that because they have a different set of laws equated them to being Moors than you are to anybody else in the country. Yes, sir. It's a real deal with the point that you have power, they don't, and the police know it. Yeah. It's a law. It's something that if I get pulled over right now and I wave my flag, if I say I'm a Moor, if I have my paper something, leave me alone. I'm out. See you later. Word. It's that deep. Yeah.
Damn, I wasn't even hip. We getting schooled on motherfucking happy hour and shit, man. Sure. Thank y'all for checking us out again, man. This is BBW Happy Hour, man. Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey Podcast. Don't forget to check out the brand new episode this Wednesday. eblockradio.com, man. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dog. Pull up on us and shit. We talking about Woodinville on Wednesday. So we actually do talk about bourbons and whiskeys on our actual show. This is the happy hour. And also too, shout out to where we at? Yeah, shout out to V's Mobile Bar, who sponsored this show with her glasses. So V's Mobile Bar in the building, man. We drinking out her glasses right now. This is a motherfucking conversation. I swear I thought about it and I was really afraid to have it. I actually was talking to Monk Money the other day and I said we was gonna try to do this on our Monday morning show. A lot of times I'll be too high though and I might say something crazy. But now I think that since we had this conversation, I think I'm able to lead this conversation on Monday. So I think we'll have this conversation again Monday morning. So make sure you check us out then. eblockradio.com, 10 o'clock-ish. 10-ish on Monday because niggas don't be here on time. I ain't pointing out elbows on niggas who down here. Shout out to Angry Man and shit, but
just write me up and get it over.
Niggas don't be on time. So we gonna talk about this shit again though. But all right, so look, I'm just going back to this situation that we talking about right now. If we don't, let's say that we all have this same opinion about about everything that's going on with Asians and human rights at this point. What if we do just stand back and just let it happen and shit? How do you think that's gonna really affect like our movement and shit, or is it gonna affect it at all? Bo, I'm gonna ask you that first. I'm gonna shoot to you first. What you say?
I mean, you said let it happen.
Like if we just chilling, like just withdraw.
I know what you mean. Like, letting it happen or like withdrawing means I have some responsibility in it. I don't. I don't have any responsibility to anybody but my own people.
That's right.
You know, so whether I do anything or not, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the same thing for white folks, right? You know, like ultimately whether they do something or not is up to them. You know what I mean? If they do, like, you know, take responsibility and try to change some things, all right, cool. Do I think that's gonna happen? No. You know, so you know, it falls to us, you know, to handle our own house, right? And just like any other group of people, you know, if the powers that be, you know, whether that's, you know, the imperial ruling class, proletariat, whatever you want to call it, right? If you're gonna fight back, or if you're gonna try to rebel, or if you're gonna try to get things changed or vote or whatever you want to call it, like that's up to you and your group.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it as stepping back or letting it happen or anything like that because I don't have any responsibility.
Yeah. But like, just this conversation, obviously, this is a conversation that a lot of people having and shit.
I mean, that's cool.
So if
that's my addition to the conversation, I guess you could say. It ain't my responsibility.
Like, if we decide not to fuck with it all, like if we all decide to have this same kind of idea that we have and shit, do you think that's gonna affect us though? Like if
how? No.
I don't know. I'm just
I don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, like how would it like?
He said,
how could not helping another group of people be any worse than what has happened to, you know, our group of people from since whenever.
The beginning of time in this motherfucker, right?
So, I mean, like, what up?
Military man bubbling over there, man. What you gotta say, man?
Hey,
what you gotta say?
It's sizzling over here.
It's sizzling like a motherfucker.
Hey, check this out. It's real cut and dry, straight to the point. Put it way to a point. It's what? Straight. So I always do it like this. If we're so much of a threat, how about we just withdraw from doing business
with everybody,
and we'll see if we the ones that you worried about. How about we just don't patronize you? Since you that scared of the hate that's coming from us, how about we just don't do to make you feel better?
Niggas said to make you feel better,
so you don't have to worry about us being a threat.
Yeah,
you know. So to me, that threat feels more like guilt.
Yeah,
you know, guilt that you have been disrespecting our black queens, huh? You know what I'm saying? Shooting our black queens, disrespecting them when they do business with you.
Yeah.
Having a store over there in Asia called a nigga store.
Yeah.
Huh? Y'all got a B-style subculture where y'all tan, they look like y'all melanin to get French braids down and act like sisters. Huh? Y'all kicking Africans out of they homes over there in Asia, and y'all over there doing dirty business in a continent of Africa.
My nigga getting to it, ain't he?
Huh?
He getting to it, ain't he?
Y'all offering loans with unrealistic interest on it, so y'all can take the land from the people. Y'all over there raping the sisters in the community and talking to the young African men like they stupid. Huh? Right. And then y'all got all this stuff going on simultaneously and disrespecting us since the 90s right over here, but you want me to stand in solidarity? Yeah. Man, you can suck one.
Hey, my nigga been wanting to say that shit for a minute, dog. Angry Principal, what you say, dog? Do you think, like, us kind of, like, dipping out of this situation, like, you think it's going to affect us at all?
I don't think it'll affect us.
Yeah.
I think that...
this is here.
Okay,
extra loud, bro.
I'm kind of on the fence.
Hey, we're live. Y'all loud as hell upstairs, though. Can we get a little silence in the studio? Fuck what I'm talking about. Hey, I know y'all niggas having a great conversation upstairs, but we live. That shit loud as hell.
So, you know, I'll go back to the video.
Right.
I'll go back to the video I saw of when COVID started hitting.
Okay.
And there were some sisters over in China. And the Chinese media was putting out that it was brought over by African or anyone of African descent.
I remember that shit, yeah.
These ladies were not allowed to go into a mall because they felt like they were the ones that were coming over here spreading COVID around because it came from people of African descent.
Right.
So the same stuff that's happening in other countries, they're using the same rules and crap that's been going on for us for hundreds of years. They're using it in other countries now. So it's hard to get that support sometimes when we know that in China and some of these other countries, they're already treating us certain ways. They're blaming us the same way white people are blaming Asian people for COVID. Asian people were blaming Africans or African Americans for COVID. Yeah. So it's all cyclical. Yeah. It's all just one big circle. It's happening to everybody. And it depends on where you are, how you're being treated. And at some point, we got to make a decision. It's about us. It's about them. Are we all together? Are we working this out together? Do we have to do kumbaya?
What we doing?
How we going to do it?
Right.
And I don't know if we are finally at the point where people are asking these questions. And it's a good conversation to have because you got to make a decision. How you going to do this?
Right.
You know, are we going to side with the majority in this country, or are we going to try to band together and make something happen for ourselves? Figure it out. You know, and I'll make my decision based on what goes on in my household.
Yeah,
you know,
which is basically what you're
If
saying.
it affects my household, then
what affects you?
I'll go ahead and get involved.
Yeah.
If it doesn't affect my household, a lot of people, maybe like me, sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I want to do it. I know I want everybody to be treated the way I want to be treated. I already know that's what I teach.
Just on a plain human rights standard.
That's what I preach for everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, I understand what you're going through. But I've seen enough of what my people been going through.
Yeah.
I gotta make a decision on what I'm gonna do in my house.
Facts. Yeah. Angry man, what you say, dog? So basically what I'm saying is like, so if we do decide to just be like, you know what, that's y'all battle, dog. We cool on that shit. Like, do you think that's gonna affect anything we got going on, like our movement or our efforts to try to get from underneath the thumb and shit, dog? What you say?
Nah, I ain't gonna. It shouldn't bother us at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to roll tide.
Roll tide.
You know, sometimes you
Hold on, let me take this moment to say fuck the SEC and shit, but whatever. Anyway,
I
go
agree with
ahead.
that too. But sometimes you just gotta roll with it, man. I mean, you got, our problem is, you know, a lot of us, our race is divided. You know, you got half Martin Luther King and you got half Malcolm X.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And because you know, everybody had their knee in our neck for so long, we so quick to forgive everybody. You know, you know, you got a lot of people that's trying to get peace any way they can get it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time for us to, you know, to step back, retract, you know, and don't give away the playbook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to. I mean, at the end of the day, when is it our turn? You know, when is it our turn to be all right? You know what I'm saying? God damn. I mean, like I said earlier, we can't help you fix your shit, and we still going through our shit.
Our shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We supposed to get on our knees and put you on our shoulders and boost you out the way, then we still stuck on our fucking knees after we
That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing, for sure.
That's why we still in the same situation.
I mean, at some point in time, you gotta, I mean, what's the definition of insanity?
And we
doing the same shit over and over, nigga, trying to find a different result, nigga.
We've been doing the same shit each generation. That's why we still in the same position.
I mean, at some point, we got to step back and be like, you know, like Angry Principal just said, how Bo said, hey, that ain't our business. I feel for
Mind's
you.
your business. Mind's your business.
I feel for you, but I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's the way to say it.
I feel for you, but I don't.
That's the way to say it. I like that. That's the way to say
it.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, we got to, man. We got to re-educate these kids, get a new game plan, and keep the motherfucker to ourselves.
Yeah.
And I mean, at some point, you gonna. I can't remember what rapper said it. I mean, you know, we too forgiving.
Yeah. Damn, that's some real shit, though.
We're too forgiving.
I think that's a soundbite for your ass right there. Nigga, I feel for you, but I don't feel sorry for you. That's the real
for sure.
shit.
And we too forgiving. We've been imprinted with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Being forgiving to everybody else, but we hard on our own.
On ourselves. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Think about how, you know what? I talk shit about a lot of other races jokingly and shit, but look how they roll.
Yeah.
You can't even
They
marry
roll
into
together.
their family.
Yeah.
Nigga, you probably can't even go over there and get nothing to eat on the holiday if you don't know them.
Cousin,
You know what I'm
what?
saying? But look at us.
Couldn't
Come
be.
on. Come on.
Right.
You know,
Everybody's welcome. Come on.
It's literally like a mental sickness, you know, mental health, you know, issue, man. Like,
That's the real deal.
seriously, because I mean, I don't know how many other ways you can put it, right?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I think some black folks get to the point where, you know, we've been through so much shit, so much trauma, so much whatever.
Yeah.
And when it happens to someone else, you identify with it, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, man, that's fucked up. You know,
Right,
yeah, we need to help them. We need to do this. You know, meanwhile, like,
Right.
I still got my shit.
yeah, still got my shit to deal with. You know what I mean?
Expect us to feel when 99% of the laws were made when we were slaves.
Bro,
Exactly.
And them bitches ain't changed
And
at all.
And what we classified as, they ain't got to do shit for us in the jurisdiction.
Right, exactly.
Then you get mad when we kneel at that punk ass song of y'all. You know what I mean? The song is damn slavery.
Yeah.
They said that punk ass song of yours.
Intemperance.
How many kids nowadays know it was a black national anthem?
First time.
How many of our kids know?
No.
There's a black national anthem.
Yeah. What is
It's
it?
called Intemperance.
Oh, okay. Got you.
First time it was recommended at the cigar shop. I was
Good smoke. I like it. Yeah.
Temperance.
This motherfucking, this flathead though, kicking my ass right now. I'm high as
Shit
fuck.
strong as hell.
Dog.
That's
I'm
why
trying
I
to hold it together.
That's why I say I don't need weed. I'm good on cigars.
Yeah, I'm high as fuck right now. Hey, it's been a dog ass conversation, dog. We've been rapping for about an hour and shit. I guess it's time to get up off this shit, dog. Shit, I want to thank everybody for checking us out always. We gonna probably continue this conversation, and I'm about to actually eat an edible and shit after this. Edible that
Bootleg ass edible
that has no writing, dog. So I don't have no idea how many milligrams in this bitch or nothing. So
Like
like,
floating unicorns and shit.
dog. Hey, so
He ain't
look.
chasing the dragon, is he?
I'll say that joke for Monday.
Hey, whatever my last post is, man. Hopefully it was a great one and shit. In case it's my last one.
Damn. I'm gonna help you out because I know I went in, and I'm gonna clarify why I went in like that. Look,
Okay, what's that?
I went hard on everybody because it's actually love, and you hard
Yeah.
on people that you love because you expect the most. You know, because I study cultures, and I know, you know what I'm saying, our people, the progenitors of everybody, and I know y'all origins. So, you know what I'm saying, I expect more out of you. You know what I mean? The same way we look at other folks like, man, they know something else about us that we don't know. No.
Right.
I know what time it is. So I expect more out of you. So that's why I'm hard on it. Just like a parent being hard on the child that they know can do better, can be better. I'm hard on y'all because I know better. And y'all know better. So if we gonna do this thing for real and be brotherly and sisterly to one another, keep it real. Don't be playing. We need consistency. It's
Facts.
simple.
Yeah, simple as that though. That's some real shit to end it on, dog. We go slide out this bitch so I can get higher. But again, man, thank everybody for checking us out, man. Don't forget Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the actual episode of Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey. We will be reviewing Woodinville bourbon, so we'll be reviewing that 8 o'clock Wednesday Eastern Standard Time. The next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, we'll be reviewing Four Roses, the what is it? Special small bitch. I say bitch so much, I guess. Motherfucking small bitch. Motherfucking small bitch.
Oh man.
Small batch select.
Count females listening to that one.
Right.
Oh man.
Small batch select, dog. Four Roses. That's in 2 weeks, dog. Make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, bro.
Only small bitches, no big bitches.
Even fucking
Warmth in the summer. Shade in the summer, warmth in the winter.
Dog. Wow. I never heard that. Hey, but like, this is all off the subject, but y'all niggas talking about this shit, dog. Big bitches is cool and shit, dog, but I'm just saying, like, I got a fat on fat rule, so I got enough gut for all of us. I don't need that extra shit, you feel me?
I love big girls, bro.
You love big girls?
I love big girls. Come on, big girl.
They decent. I'm just, like, some of the motherfuckers nice and shit. I just like I don't want to deal with all the motherfuckers. The mechanics of this shit is just off, nigga. I don't want to have to be doing the Heisman while I'm fucking. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand that. So what I mean by that is like I got to hold my gut and your shit back. You feel me? This is the Heisman, nigga. I don't feel like doing that shit. So that's why a nigga got a fat on fat rule, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I got to hold your shit back.
This shit just taking time.
Oh man.
Yeah, the shit just went where it left. So let's get up off this motherfucking dog.
Y'all went from politics and real shit to this.
Yo.
Man, what's going on?
Bro, all right, so look. A real wrap up, dog. We out of here. If you ain't catch the beginning, dog, we was talking about the Rod Wave interview on Breakfast Club, dog. We talking about mental health, shit like that, dog. Check out the full episode, dog. Just click on this shit and watch it from the beginning. It got a little belligerent at the end on my behalf because I'm belligerent. So on that note, we gonna get out here again. YouTube, dog. Hit that subscribe button so that you get a notification every time we go live. Subscribe to all our shit on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all that good shit. Me, Angry Man, Monk Money, be back in the building on Monday. We've been off for a week. I know y'all missed us. Hopefully y'all missed this shit. We'll be back on Monday live, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, eblockradio.com. Probably talking about the same shit again. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But check us out on Monday. Subscribe to all our shit. And that's it, dog. Till the next time, we up out of here, dog. It's BBW, man. Everybody loves beers, bourbon, whiskey, dog. I got a motherfucking militant man in the building.
Hey, y'all butt hurt.
I got my nigga Angry Man stepping in for a second.
Yeah, good having me, man. Good having me.
For sure. My man Angry Prince will play in the background. That's it.
Damn, that's good. Bourbon Hill on IG. Drink what you like, how you like it.
For sure, dog. My man Bo holding it down.
I say.
And of course, man, it's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205. Nigga, drink something. We up out of here, dog. Peace. Y'all think this is crazy.